What's up, everybody? This is CARMINE DAVIS, and you are watching and listening to the CARMINE DAVIS Show. What the fuck is up, bitch? Like, come on in, sit on down.
I'm sad.
I ain't got all day, bitch. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about what's been going on all week. How you been? I've been great, you know, living all right. I've never worn this shirt. I don't think. This is hanging in my closet. I was trying to find something quick to throw on. I think I got this from ASOS like a year ago, and I think it literally had a tag on it or something on it. I've never worn this shirt, so get into it. I think it's like a year old, but it's cute. I think it was cute. Something to throw on, oversized. So we could just slide into this Hot Topics and get on down to the Los Rios so I can get me a taco and a margarita, okay, bitch? A lot to talk about. I just got a word. I want y'all to stop letting broke people and broke situations break you. That's the word. I just felt that I needed to tell y'all that there was something not, call me now, like I miss Cleo, but.
I'm just telling you, I'm trying to help you to avoid the heartache. Don't go blindly through life. Let me use the power of the tarot to show you the way. Call me now for your free reading.
Call 1-800-355-3765.
Something is telling me to tell you to stop letting broke bitches and broke people and broke situations break you. Okay, that's not the behavior of a rich bitch living a very rich life. Okay, seriously, I want people to be more productive and focused. That's the spirit that I want to tell you. I've noticed a lot of people around me who have so much talent and so much vision, but that lack the drive. And you know what I mean? Like letting people come into your lives, impecunious people at that. Like, I don't know. And I feel like we have a habit of like, people like to inculate like a concept in people's brain, right? That, oh, you should be patient with people, or stop judging people, or blah, blah. You don't judge people, but you can observe. You know, if a bitch is broke and you know that bitch is always going to be broke because she lives a broke life, she's a broken person, and that person has all the tools to do better with themselves, but they choose to take them tools to scratch their ass with it. You might want to stay away from them, okay? That was just something that I felt like I needed to say. A lot of people around me that's just been the message the last week that I want to convey to everyone. Stop letting everybody in your life, and stop letting people, and stop like inculcating that. Like telling people to be patient with people and their horrible attitudes, and I don't know, I just have a lack of apathy for that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not in my, I don't know, it's not in my character. I don't know, I tried to live personally a real placid, like cool, calm life. And that's because I don't waste time on broken people. You know what I mean? And not to be materialistic, but this is a material world. You know what I'm saying? Like, we are in a material world. Life is coming by so fast. We don't know when, unfortunately, when we're going to be taken in a mass shooting or some world plague. And, you know, there's so many things that are happening right now. Why waste time with a broke bitch?
No, you're absolutely right.
And not just broke in the pocket, broke in the mind, broke in the spirit, broken a pussy. You know what I'm saying? Like, who got time for a bitch who ain't fucking? Like, and I don't know. That's my spirit telling me to tell you guys. And I don't do Coke. I don't even do Pepsi. My nose is running, okay? I have allergies. So if you hear me sniffling or if you see me pat my nose, don't try it, bitch.
Zam. All right.
But anyway, let's move on to the hot topics. You didn't come here just to hear me on my soapbox talk about you and your broke friends. You wanted to come in and tap in with me about the hot topics of the week, and we got a few of them. Before we do, make sure you guys smash that follow button, smash that subscribe button, tap in with me, rate, review this podcast, share it, because I don't do it for my health, okay? The first one is from loveyscott.com. Great news. LeBron James is officially a billionaire. LeBron James has a successful career both on and off the court, and the Lakers star has reached a new milestone. The superstar athlete has reportedly racked in nearly $400 million during his 20-year NBA career as of November 2021. Next season, James is set to earn $44 million before his contract with the Los Angeles Lakers expires. James's fortune also comes from a number of investments. Sources say $300 million stems from the Spring Hill Company. This particular business venture has 3 companies in one. Many sports fans are probably also familiar with seeing the NBA champ in ads for Blaze Pizza. James works with Fenway Sports Group and has multiple real estate properties as well. According to reports, James has always been business savvy. At just 18, the athlete passed on deals with Adidas and Reebok before signing a lifetime contract with Nique in 2015. The previous year, James spoke with GQ about the possibility of becoming a millionaire. If it happens, it's my biggest milestone, he said at the time. Obviously, I want to maximize my business. And if it happens to get it, if it happens to be a $1 billion athlete, head pop hooray. Oh my God, I'm going to be excited. In addition to James's many business ventures and profit from NBA contracts, the Lakers player also appeared in the 2020 movie Space Jam: A New Legacy. The movie was a follow-up to the 1996 blockbuster Space Jam starring NBA legend Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, I'm sorry. Although the star athlete can get busy bringing in the bucks, he still makes sure to give back. In 2018, James founded the I Promise School in his hometown of Akron, Ohio, to help at-risk youth. Students who finish from the school are eligible for free tuition at the University of Akron. Congrats to LeBron on making it into the billionaire club. Congrats, LeBron. And LeBron James is a Capricorn. So, one of my Capricorn, December the 30th. One of my fellow Capricorns. I love the idea of him, what you would call in a business standpoint, diversifying his portfolio to stretch his income. $300 million here, $400 million there. Like, that's a huge deal. And he stayed, he just stayed on the course. He basically, everything a Capricorn is all about. He focused on the money, focused on the life, diversified his portfolio. I'm here for it. I love it. He rose against all of the hate that he receives. People cannot stand him. And you know, I mean, to be honest, LeBron has gotten himself in a little bit of, a few quagmires. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a little bit of problems. And he has focused on the goal. And I applaud LeBron. I think he's an example all around for Black people, all around. I really never heard him into too much of a mess when it comes to being disrespectful towards women, gays, like anything like that. Like that would, cause me to look at him some way. He's even spoken about the Black Lives Matter movement. He's been vocal about it, taking his platform and risking it all for his people. So motherfucking round of applause. LeBron James, welcome to the Billionaires Club. I'll see you soon, bitch. I'm sorry, maybe I shouldn't call him a bitch. I don't know him like that. But when I get up there, I'm gonna come up to you and like, what's up, bitch? Like, cause the Billionaire Club, you're hearing it first. It's gonna happen for me. Diversify my income. You know what I mean? Like, it's happening. It's gonna happen. Manifesting. It's gonna happen. Cha-ching, cha-ching, ka-ching. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to the future billionaires watching this as well. We're gonna do that. And it's a great, when you hear stories like that, like, it's great. Like, I love sharing those kind of stories along with the mess. You know what I'm saying? And we got some mess coming to you, but doesn't it make you feel good? It's inspirational, right? All right, let's move on to the next hot topic. Before we do, fuck you mean. Let's talk about Twitter. All right, last week's Twitter poll, we kind of chopped it up. We were talking about, Joe, what were we talking about? I should have these all pulled up, but I don't. Last week's Twitter poll, we got into it about, Isaiah Rashad. We were talking about Isaiah Rashad and him using the term sexually fluid.
Well, sweetheart, the results are in.
And we asked, is sexually fluid the new industry buzz phrase? 48% of you guys say hell no. 52% of you guys said, oh my God, yes. So I think, unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that they are stupid, uneducated. Like, that was, I don't want to really get into it. I don't know. I feel like it's apparent that there's still a uncomfortability with, especially Black men, coming out. So we're coming out with all these different phrases or ways to make it more comfortable for people. Nigga, you slobbed dick, okay? And got your dick slobbed in different scenarios. And I get that you could be bisexual, but I don't, until we see a video you fucking slobbing cat and sexually fluid does not mean that way. It's a personality. You didn't know those motherfuckers. Like, you show no signs of having a relationship with these people other than a financial one. Because he did say in the video that they paid him to come and play. So I hate that. Like, and then there are sexual fluid people out there. And I think that it's not fair to give people the idea that this is what that looks like. And people are able to take these terms and pervert them. Like, I don't like that. And it's Pride Month. Happy Pride. You know, we're not doing that shit in 2022. Me and my bitches ain't playing. Okay? Isaiah, sit your ass down. And you get your ass up, grab the phone, follow me on social media, twitter.com/CARMINE DAVIS, Instagram.com/CARMINE DAVIS, Instagram.com/CARMINE DAVIS Show, Snapchat, all that shit. Tap in, click the links in the description box with me. Let's chop it up. I'm available all damn near 24 hours. No, actually 9 to 5 because I do have shit to do. But tap in with me. I won't bite you. If you got something to say, you know, you got beef, if it's up, let me know. You know, if you want to show some love, let me know. Also, make sure you guys go to CarmineDavisShop.com to shop our new Season 2 merch capsule. Okay, I see a few people, we're getting a little slowly. It's a little slower than last year, but I'm not mad at it. It's a little bit more expensive, but I appreciate everyone's support. Also, make sure you guys if you really want to support, make the contribution, bitch. Cash at me, okay? Venmo me, Zelle. This shit ain't cheap, bitch. All this shit is expensive, so show me some love.
Say you gotta pay for this. Nigga fucking store. Say you gotta pay for this.
Okay, I want to get into this mess. This is the first time I'm actually, like I say all the time, I like to savor all the mess during the week. I like to hold on to it. I don't want to know too much details. I want to read it and go through it with you guys, and you guys get my innate reaction to the articles and the situations because I think it's important to gossip with you guys. Like, I feel like, of course I don't feel like this is journalism. I don't consider this as journalism. It's commentary. So I feel like it's a conversation. I feel like I'm having a conversation with you, bitch. Like, you're my friend, and I'm coming with you about what's going on in the world, and we're gossiping. We're taking this hour, 45-minute, 30-minute conversation and escaping from the world and having a real, honest, candid, real 1,000% conversation. And I can't do that if I sit around and study and educate. I ain't no motherfucking journalist. You want that shit, go to Diane Sawyer, okay? This is from LoveyScott.com. Steve Harvey speaks on DL Hughley and Monique's contract dispute feud after actress called him out. Now, I know nothing about this, but I know the girls are fighting. These bitches are not cool. And these are some prominent, huge, comedic figures, pillars in our community, Black entertainment, period, let alone comedy. Like, these are some big deals. So I wanted to go through with this with you bitches, get the details, and tell you what's what, okay? So no one is quite sure when this escalating dispute between DL Hughley and Monique will end, but she and her husband, Sidney Hicks, have continued to press forward with their grievances like they always do. During a Steve Harvey Morning Show discussion on Wednesday, he and his panel broached the topic after playing a clip of comments Monique made about Hughley and Harvey at the dispute-spurring show in question. Let me just open by saying I could care less about what you think about me, because clearly I'm not your problem, Harvey said Wednesday, as heard starting around the 30-minute mark in the video. Click the description below to get it. And you know what? Anyone who knows me, who really knows me, can't even make that statement. Later, Harvey reflected on what he believes the mission of all stand-up shows is: entertainment first and foremost. He also did some theorizing as to what may have transpired in this particular instance to have resulted in the confusion over each performer's headlining status. Her management, whoever he is, simply stated, "I got the gig, you co-headline." I promise you that's what he was told. And that was incorrect information because DL put that contract online. Harvey said he was 100% headlining. Co-headlining affects the money. If you're co-headlining, you're going to get the same cash. Regardless, Harvey added those in the audience would not have been aware of any such disagreement. As shown below, Monique and Hughley have both since shared a paperwork related to the May 28th show in Detroit to social media. Hicks Media Inc. Okay, I'm putting the photo of it here, so you're kind of seeing what I'm seeing. In the emails. Oh, she put it all out there. So it was scheduled. Okay. It looks even. Wow. Okay, so from what I'm gathering and deducing, there's a fight about monies and status, like co-headlining and headlining. Okay, let's keep going. Right now, President Biden is delivering remarks on gun violence from the White House in the wake of several mass shootings. I hope you guys are watching this before this uploads. Serious business, but let's keep going. The deal memo. So it looks like they're all posting receipts. It's the comedy explosion starring DL Hughley, Monique. DL Hughley and Monique. Billing 100% headlining. It says that he's the highest paid. How? Well, no, that does make sense. Okay, so basically from what I'm deducing here, reading all this in real time, I'm sorry. So what I'm deducing from all this information, right, is that there is a issue with Monique feeling that her position was unfair. Okay, so the ensuing back and forth has sustained for several days now, including in remarks Hughley posted on YouTube earlier this week. Wednesday, Monique shared an hour-long video to Instagram. In addition to Hughley, Harvey is also mentioned in the video as Monique pushes back against a false narrative from Hughley about her stand-up career. I've never stopped being a stand-up comedian, baby. She said near the, you know how she said it, baby. I've never stopped being a stand-up comedian, baby. She said near the end of the video, I've been out there on that road doing my thing the whole time. So stop trying to put a false narrative out there. False narrative out there. That's Steve Harvey's big word. Stop trying to put a false narrative out there. Elsewhere in the same video, Monique also disputed Hughley's claim of the audience not enjoying her time on stage on the night of not enjoying the time on the stage on the night in question. Instead, according to Monique, the audience gave her standing ovations both upon entry and upon exiting from the stage. Just your night was bad, DL, Monique said, later adding that Hughley did not meet the challenge of that audience. You can listen to Steve Harvey's reaction a little bit on here. I can't put too much because it's Steve Harvey's audio. But you can also click the link in the bottom to click all of those through that and sift through it. Do what you want to do with it. Shove it, wipe your ass with it. I don't know. But I will say that this is an ongoing issue with Monique. I want to choose my words carefully. I want to start by saying there's no way that I would go to a DL Hughley only comedy event, whether he was paid to be 100% the headliner or not. Monique is the selling point.
Wow.
Because I want to go see Monique. Even through all of those things that she was going through, I don't see Monique lacking gigs as far as stand-up is concerned. I know DL Hughley has become something else, whether I like it or not. I've never thought DL Hughley was actually pretty funny. Maybe back in the day, like, you know, in the early 90s, I mean, like mid-90s, late 90s. I haven't laughed at anything DL Hughley has said. None of his commentary is funny. I don't find him I don't know. Maybe white people do. I don't think of DL Hughley as that girl. I don't look at her, but Monique is. Having her on the headline can only increase sales. It couldn't have hurt, but I'm sure she's kicking up dust because there is a narrative, like they're saying, that Monique is difficult to work with. Monique is hard to deal with. She's not worth her salt. Not worth the salt. Like, she's not, what do I want to say? She's not, I think we want to abase her a lot, diminish her accomplishments. Monique has done so much for entertainment, Black entertainment especially. And I do think that after the whole Precious thing and her refusing not to work for free and all those things, regardless of how you feel about Tyler Perry or Oprah, and how you feel about Monique, I do think that it was a tall order to ask Monique to take her and her camp across the globe or across the world to promote a film that she was already just kind of nickel and dimed on. I think that is a tall order for anybody, whether you want to I think the power word or the buzzword that people like to put with people who are looking business-wise and thinking logically about their own brand instead of thinking and letting other people overshadow what they have going on. I think they like to use the word arrogant. They like to use the word difficult, money hungry, even egotistical. I think that Monique is not much of any of these things more than the other people mentioned. I don't feel like Monique, I think the difference is that Monique is just not a billionaire. But she is a pillar in the entertainment community, just like every last one of those people named. Regardless of if she's done these $1 million films that made her a billionaire, or she had a talk show and a brand that made her a billionaire, or a network television series, or a network TV network. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter that her accomplishments don't equal to these large, like, you would have asked these boys to do that. Like, DL Hughley's having a hard time swallowing the fact that Monique was used to sell him. He might have been the headliner, someone who his promoters gave him the headlining role. He made the money, but Monique was next to you to sell the show. And that's the reality of it. Like, it's not DL Hughley and then Monique at the bottom. If you see that all these photos, DL Hughley and Monique. Them putting him first is a sneaky way of kind of letting, like, I guess their way of trying to contractually diminish any confusion, you know, but also sell the show. So having him come first, but I don't think that does not take away the fact that Monique was in the headline, and I think that was proof that you would need her to sell the show. So if there's an argument about monies, if there's a conversation going on about who needs to get paid, what, all that, like, I do think that it's time to kind of treat Monique like the big boys. I think that you can argue that Monique would have to act like the big boys, but in reality, does Monique have to act like the big boys? Like, she's not given the same treatment. Now, beforehand, it was because she was a woman. Like, think about what female black comic has it like that, except for Wanda Sykes. You know what I mean? But, like, Wanda Sykes we know the situation with Wanda Sykes. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wanda Sykes she's over there. You know, I mean, she's a little bit black like this, not black like this. Like, I think these people find Wanda Sykes the funniest. We don't. Not to say that she's not funny. She's funny like this and not like this. So these people have no problem thwarting her into the places that she needs to be. I think Wanda did what she had to do to get in good with these people. Monique is this, black like this. And so her situation is a little bit different. So her fight is different. So as far as a black woman comedian who, I'm going to say a black woman comic, who has to go against the D.L. Hughleys, the Steve Harveys, all of these things are important. Steve Harvey, even Steve Harvey had to go over there and get this, you know what I'm saying? But Steve Harvey, you were here with us, and I do think that let's not forget that. And you know, Monique were here. Not that I'm saying you have to excuse her actions, but also remember where Monique might be coming from, because she's still here. She hasn't made it here yet, 100%, because she still has to fight up in here. She has to fight y'all. Now, whether Monique had any business bringing all of them in it, you know, making these huge, but I don't feel like Monique has much of a choice, because if she doesn't scream, hey, there's a problem here, everybody would just go away. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody would just give her the $20 that they feel like she earned, and, you know, they'd move on about it. Monique is mad, but so what? DL Hughley got 100, Monique got 20, but they used Monique to sell the show to these people. You know what I'm saying? DL is making a little money over here, but we need these people to come, and Monique sold it. Does that make any sense? Tap in with me if you get what I am saying. Do you feel like Monique is putting up an unnecessary fight? Do you feel like Monique has the right to defend herself every time she's right? Or do you feel like she's making unnecessary noise? Tap in with me on twitter.com. That's a Twitter poll this week. I think that Monique personally needs to fight for her role, her position. Unfortunately, she does. I wish she didn't. But Monique is our darling. She's done so much for us. She stayed true to us. Her fight is black, right? Working for her money, wanting people to value her time, demanding people look at her career, not in the fashion because she didn't cross over, but the fact that she does good work for us should be enough for us to protect her. The fact that she didn't tap dance and get over here, much to, I'm sure, whether if it was me, if I was in her shoes, I would have been over there with Oprah. I would have paid what I had to pay. You know, I would have. But I understand why she doesn't think that that's necessary. And I understand why she wants to stay true blue. And she doesn't want to cross over in that way. She wants to stay in the chitlin circuit.
One.
I mean, it is. I hate calling it that, but it is. Like, it's the chitlin circuit. And Monique is hell-bent on staying there. But that's okay. That's home. And don't put some respect on her name and kind of understand that that's her fight. She's going to fight with these big boys because she was stunning them at one point. You know, don't get it twisted because she didn't come over here and tap dance for us. Doesn't mean she was not getting down to Crazy in Love at the BET Awards, and we need to protect her. You get what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Am I speaking Mandarin or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We're going to move on. But make sure you guys tap in on that Twitter poll. Make sure you guys comment. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Do you think Monique is going too far? Do you think that, Monique could do good with, I even think Monique would do great without having her husband defend her or manage her. I think she could do great with a different type of management. It don't got to be white people, but a different manager, like, who could get her over there. I don't think that there's any reason besides Monique. I feel like there should be still some deals out there for me. There's no reason why she don't have the Monique show, a comedy show, a sitcom. You know, I know her and her husband keep pissing on these deals, like, and I get that she's getting, not for the life of me, I understand that she is getting bullshit deals. I get that, right? I understand that she should not be getting bullshit deals. This is Monique, baby. Like, Monique, the mother of all of them. There would be no Samore. There would be no Wanda Sykes. Like, all of these women she paved the way for them. Every day on Queens of Comedy. Like, it wasn't called Queens of Comedy just because they felt like naming it that. Like, she is the queen of comedy. And I think that all of those things are true, but I think she might need to look at things seriously. And before Monique gets to the point of she's getting older, Monique is healthy as an ox. You know, she looks good. But you really need to think about your career as a long term. And I feel like the right manager could come in there and swiftly change things for Monique. Not necessarily muzzle her, but teach her the proper weapons for the proper fighting. and when to show up for the right fights. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you do, but we're gonna move on. Okay, this next hot topic is from lovebscott.com, like all of our hot topics so far, but this is about someone who I've made mention before. Let's just crack into her. Like, Keke Wyatt is a mother of 11 after welcoming miracle baby boy with husband Zachariah. Keke Wyatt is adding another member to her ever-expanding brood. The singer-songwriter is overwhelmed with happiness and gratitude after welcoming her son with husband Zachariah Daring. On Wednesday, June the 1st, the couple announced the birth of their son via a heartwarming post on Instagram. My husband Zachariah and I are grateful to God to announce the birth of our miracle baby boy, Keziah Jean Daring. Born May the 27th, 2022. The singer-songwriter captioned a photo of her husband cradling their newborn son. The mom of 11 added, most of you are familiar with the challenges I faced during the pregnancy. My husband and I made the decision not to accept the medical specialist's suggestion to terminate our baby early despite the positive trisomy 13 test results. FYI, during a live performance at the City Winery, Atlanta on March 13th, the soulful singer revealed through song that a doctor diagnosed her unborn child with a rare genetic disorder. The couple turned to prayer for guidance. In the Instagram post, Kiki went on to explain the significance of faith and prayer in their lives. We appreciate and thank God for all of our doctors in the medical field. However, I can't stress enough to all mothers and couples, when the doctor gives you life-changing information about your unborn child, pray about it, use faith, and follow your spirit before making any final decision. We believed the reports of the Lord, and after holding our beautiful, healthy baby boy, Keziah, and looking into his eyes, I'm glad we did, she humbly explained. This makes baby number 2 for the couple who married in 2018. The new mom concluded, we are both believers and know that God has a will, and God has and will continue to have the final say. Thank you to my nurse, Ebony. Thank you to all of the prayers and support, Sugars. What a blessing. Join us in congratulating the Wyatt Bunch on their new addition. Congrats, Kiki and the Wyatt Bunch. But I have something to say. I would be remiss if I did not give her the same kind of almost treatment of Nique Cannon. I think that it's dangerous for Keke Wyatt to have all them damn kids. I don't know. It's giving fire hazard. It's giving financial unnecessary hardships. It's giving someone come in here and tie Kiki and snip Zachariah and zip every man around her. 11 kids, Kiki. Now, I'm not saying something we have never said before, but I want y'all to look at things from a mental. We're going to look at it from I understand that it's a spiritual decision that Kiki is having all these damn kids. She seems like a woman of faith. So I believe that, you know, the Lord will provide. I believe that the Lord has provided for her. I just don't think you should really work the shit out of the Lord. I'm sorry. Like, I don't believe... I'm New Wave Christian, okay? Like, I cuss in my prayers. I'm gonna be real. Like, I talk to him like I talk to y'all. Like,
forgive me for beating this bitch ass today, Lord. Lord, please forgive me for thinking about beating her ass again, Lord. Please rebuke all these demons that's in this house, Lord. I pray unto you, Lord. Is that really necessary? Boy, you better quit interrupting my prayers before God direct me to whoop your ass.
because the Lord knows my heart. And he knows that I would be remiss if I didn't say, you overworking my father, Kiki. Like, he got to spread the wealth. We got a lot of shit going on. Like, Kiki, now he gotta make ways for another mouth for you to feed 11 people singing at the Lenithia. How, Kiki? How? How are you feeding these babies? How and why would you do that? No matter, I understand faith, but you got to have a little sense too now. Why would you want to do that? I saw a video of Keke Wyatt going to grocery shop on her YouTube page. Man, I got high and I went on her YouTube page, and it's the gift that keeps on giving. I'm going to link it below. Smoke a blunt. Get some food, get some real good treats. I suggest you go to Sam's and get you a box or something, right? Because, and here's a drinking game. I love drinking games. Take a shot or a nibble or chew every time you see something that makes you go, like whether it's, why is it 4 kids in your basement, Kiki? Kiki, how long are these kids gonna live 2 to 3 to a bedroom? And why is your grown ass child, like your 16-year-old child, talking like she's 40? There's so many red flags in Keke Wyatt's home that I feel like man, listen, I love Kiki. No disrespect. You don't go there about the kids. It's not the kids' fault. They're beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful kids. That home, if you got 11 kids, Kiki, it's not okay to have your kids 3 to a room. Ever. That's proof that you are not giving these kids what they need. They need space to grow. All these kids between the ages of 8 to 20, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like, or shit, they could be all infants. I don't know. Kiki pops these motherfuckers 2 kids since 2018. And that's her slowing her roll. You know what I mean? Like, Kiki, that's a lot of kids, Kiki. Stop. No more. We're done. The Lord didn't tell you to have, well, I mean, I guess he said be fruitful and multiply. But you, some of you bitches, like, you don't have to do your math every time. You don't. Wrap it up. Wrap it up, Kiki. Stop it. Swallow the nigga. You know, I mean, push them out. Pull out. Like, stop it. Stop. Stop it. For real. Kiki, stop. Like, imagine hanging around Kiki. Like, go. If that bitch invited me to her house, I would go. Because I love that kind of shit. Like, oh my God. Especially if I had a little, keep some wine in my cup. Bitch, I sat there and, oh my God, it would be amazing for me. But
this is what I came here to do.
But if I had something serious to talk to Kiki about, there's kids hanging on a chandelier. I'm probably sleeping on one of the kids, 2 of the kids' bed on the couch. You know what I mean? Like, fucking up their room / living room situation. Like, I would not want to be there. And then you got a lot of nerve taking your hot ass to the Nique every night in Duluth when your kids are all the way in fucking Macon, Georgia, swinging from the fucking the beams. You know what I'm saying? Like, girl, and you want to make us believe that you don't have any government assistance, Kiki? I believe Kiki probably never even asked for a dime. They probably just send a bitch shit. Like, girl, here. You know what I'm saying? Like, my God. Like, why would you want to have that many goddamn kids, Kiki? I'm coming to you as a friend in my head, right? Like, I'm coming to you, Kiki, through the TV. If you ever get a chance to watch it, if you just see it, watch it, because I'm talking to you. No more. I'm not telling you to give the ones you got up. I want you to stop. I need Kiki to push herself to the limits. I need you to at least, if Kiki don't have at least $20 million in her bank account right now, Kiki, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing with those kids. No way. Kids are expensive. One child is expensive. You got 11 of the motherfuckers. 11 kids, Kiki. 11 children, little people, people dwarfs. Like, you have 11 of them motherfuckers. And posting them like it's a whole thing. Like, girl, you got a litter. Stop. The difference between Nique and Kiki is that Nique can afford it, okay? And neither one of them will ever learn those damn kids' names and be able to identify them in a single glare. I don't feel like they're all going to have a reality show, and this is not going to be good either way around. But the difference is between Kiki and Nique is that, one, all those kids are under one roof, which is crazy, but at least they have each other to lean on. And Nique's kids live across the country from each other, and that is crazy. Okay, this is in. Biden presses for more gun control after mass shootings. How much more carnage are we willing to accept? This is breaking. This is from CNN. President Joe Biden on Thursday delivered a rare evening speech on guns Thursday, pressing American lawmakers to take action a day after the nation reeled from another mass shooting. In remarks from a candle-lined cross hall at the White House, Biden recalled his visits to the memorials of recent mass shootings in Uvalde, Texas, and Buffalo, New York. Standing there in that small town, like so many other communities across America, I couldn't help but think there are too many other schools, too many other everyday places that have becoming killing fields, battlefields here in America. Biden said of the visit to Uvalde, he added, for God's sake, how much more carnage are we willing to accept? Biden had been privately considering an address on the recent mass shootings even before 4 people were killed in Tulsa, Oklahoma on Wednesday night, aides say. The discussion continued throughout Thursday morning, with the president ultimately deciding to speak at the White House before he was scheduled to depart Washington for a few days. He has been briefed 3 times in the last 3 weeks on mass shootings. He was spending time with family at his home in Wilmington, Delaware, when he was told by his Homeland Security advisor that 10 people have been gunned down in a grocery store in a racist attack in Buffalo, New York. He was flying back from his trip to Asia when aides delivered the latest on a gunman opening fire on elementary school classroom in Uvalde, Texas. And he was in Washington on Wednesday night when he received the 3rd briefing, this time for a shooting at a medical building in Tulsa. The remarks amount to Biden's most fulsome speech about guns since a massacre at a Texas elementary school last week. Since then, a string of additional mass shootings have unfolded in states across the country, including in Tulsa Wednesday. That shooting left 5 dead, including the gunman. In the hours after the Texas massacre, Biden delivered an emotional 7-minute speech at the White House calling the repeated gun killings of Americans sick. Why? Why are we willing to live this carnage? Why do we keep letting this happen, he asked. Since then, however, Biden has only selectively waded into the debate over gun control, stopping short of endorsing any specific legislative actions to prevent further carnage. On Wednesday, the president expressed scant optimism if Congress would agree on new gun control legislations, even as bipartisan group of senators meets to weigh options. I've served in Congress for 36 years. I'm never confident totally, Biden said when asked whether he believed lawmakers would agree on new gun laws. It depends, so I don't know, Biden said. I have not been in the negotiations as they're going on right now. The lukewarm response was an indication Biden is wary of associating too closely with the nascent efforts on Capitol Hill to arrive at a gun control compromise. While Biden said, the lukewarm response was an indication Biden is wary of associating too closely with the nascent efforts on Capitol Hill to arrive at a gun control compromise. While Biden said Tuesday he would speak with lawmakers about guns, the White House later said he would only become involved when the time is right. Both Biden and his advisors have suggested they have exhausted their options on executive action to address guns. They'll continue to explore avenues for unilateral action. There's the Constitution. I can't dictate this stuff. I can do the things I've done, and any execution actions I can take, I'll continue to take. But I can't outlaw a weapon. I can't change the background checks. I can't do that, he said Monday. Speaking a day after consoling families in Texas, Biden expressed limited hope that certain Republicans, like Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell and one of his top allies, Senator John Cornyn of Texas, could be convinced to support some type of new gun laws. I don't know. I think there's a realization on the part of rational Republicans, and I consider McConnell a rational Republican, Cornyn as well. There's a recognition on their party they can continue like this, he said. I'm going to let you guys read most of that more by yourself. The story has been updated with additional reporting, and it's going to be updated time and time again. It's in the description box below. I don't feel like we will ever get to a compromise on gun control until it happens to every last one of us Americans. I think that it's happening frequently, but not enough for these gun-toting Americans, gun-loving Americans to feel unsafe. And even like when you think about things that happen like COVID, it does not matter to these motherfuckers until it happens to them. It's not that big of a deal. It's not real. These are things that happen. These are, false news. I don't know. Like, I don't know what it feels like to be a, I don't want to use the word insipid. What do I want to say? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to say. Well, I think that's okay. I want to say, yeah, insipid. I feel like these people are insipid. They don't have any understanding of life outside of their homes. Like, to fear to go to any public place out of fear of someone setting it off for that motherfucker is a big deal. And because you guys can retreat to your estates, right? Like, you can retreat and have your assistants go and do your groceries for you. And if they get caught up in a crossfire, that's what it is. Like, your kids go to schools. Like, what is the big deal about gun control? What's the big fucking deal? What is it? Are you like they call it, niggas in the street call it, you're walking around with two dicks, basically. Like, is that like a real thing? Like, you feel like you're gonna lose a dick if you have to give up your gun? It's my right. Well, why? So you can set it off at the Publix because somebody looked at you, an Arabic person looks at you crazy, or some black person cuts you off and you can just blow it up so your kids can find it and shoot up some kids in their 12th grade graduation because everybody made fun of their plaid outfit. Like, things have gotten out of control. And the people who are in control refuse to do anything about it.
Wow. Turn this on. Turn it on!
Because they're fighting some old doctrine. This is proof that if we do not get to the future, if we do not carry this country to where it needs to be instead of focus on where it used to be, making America great again. For who? Who is America great for? White men. That's it. That's historically all America's ever been great for. White men. When people say that to me, it just sends chills down my spine. Like, when I see those fucking hats, it scares the shit out of me. Like, basically what you're calling for is a genocide of anything that's not white and male, like, and hetero. And then sometimes it's not even that. White gay men, Republicans are the worst, but that's neither here nor there.
Stop being mean to white people!
But it's scary times. I don't want to end the show on a heavy note, but I want to leave it on a real note. You know, we need to do what we need to do. We need to get to the polls. We need to make noise, rattling, and so we can put these motherfucking guns up so we can go to the movies and not worry about somebody making it blick blick in that motherfucker. Like, because they don't have any butter, garlic butter for your popcorn. Like,
Yikes.
this is not okay. Kids and babies are dying. That's the show. I love y'all. Let's keep each other prayed up. And I will see y'all next week. Bye.